Alright, what is going on, guys? Figured I would make this little video in an introduction to the truck side of things that are going to be now featured on my channel and whatnot. Um, so basically, I wanted to give you the basic runaround of how I got to here. Just truck-wise. For the most part anyway. I'll try to keep this as short and sweet as possible. I'm going to include pictures and videos and stuff like that throughout it of each build that I've done, whether it was minor or I did major things to it or whatever. So, alright, starting it off. I was in high school. I was graduating high school. I ended up getting my license super late, so here in Jersey, they do like this whole 6-hour program and whatnot. And well, long story short, I saved the money. I didn't do that, and I was pretty young for my grade. So I ended up graduating high school. I drove for 2 months. I had a Toyota Camry. It was an old car that was just left on the side of my house pretty much. My dad thought the engine was no good in it and stuff like that. Long story short, I ended up getting it for my birthday. I put like I don't know, $500 in it, and ended up flipping that right after I graduated high school. Got like $2,500 for it or something like that, and yeah, literally almost the day after I graduated, I went out and bought my first OBS. I got a 300 straight six Ford F-150, a 1995. I'll show you here. Then, of course, afterwards, I started to love the truck scene. Now, of course, that truck was not worthy at all of the truck scene at the time, but I was 18 and, I was having fun in it and whatnot, and, yeah, just taking it day by day, really, and putting a bunch of work into it and money into it, and then, yeah, it ended up looking pretty sweet, and, yeah, I started going to shows. I started doing basically all the truck stuff I could, and realizing I had a 6-cylinder gas truck, I really stopped impressing people, and truthfully, I didn't want to put really too much money into it. It had several problems with the motor, and yeah, so I'll show you some clips here of what it ended up being. I was gonna fum and swap it or whatever, and but it just, for the amount of money and stuff it needed. The truck was primarily rust free. It was actually pretty clean, but it was a 2-wheel drive. Wasn't worth putting that much money into it. It was like an XL crank windows. I mean, it would have been a nightmare to do a full conversion on it, and it just didn't mean, like, as much as the truck meant to me, it didn't mean that much to me, and I knew what I really wanted. So I'll throw in the rest of the clips here.
Just fucked another bitch. What? Me and my niggas just hit another lick. Yeah, I'm with the same gang that I started with.
Oh, and I think I forgot to include the red truck ended up blowing up. So I needed a new daily. Ended up parting out the cab, stuff like that. I'll show you guys pictures here. So gathered up the money that I scrapped the daily, you know, for parts and whatnot. Actually, almost got all my money back for the truck, so I really can't complain. It was, like I said, two-wheel drive, waste of money. I ended up parting it out, and I contributed most of the body to my buddy's girlfriend's truck, and actually my buddy's show truck. He needed a cab, and my cab had zero rust anywhere, and yeah, I ended up selling him the cab for a great price and contributing to his OBS build that has been 5 years in the making now. It's going to be absolutely amazing. It's a full frame off. So I'm happy to contribute that. You know, we got some money for it and ended up with that. And yes, I did want a Jeep XJ. Kind of regretting it now, but hey, I really can't complain. Most of the time it's turnkey and go. Parts are cheap to replace. And, you know, like I said, it's my money maker, so I can't really complain. So naturally, while owning the red truck, I turned 19. I was 19 years old. I was dailying the red truck. It was winter driven, the whole nine. And my dream truck was a crew cab, all white, 7.3, OBS. Realistically, I wanted a Power Stroke 97, but this deal came up. Obviously, didn't look like that. I'll show you here when I first got this thing. It was my second vehicle I purchased. Ended up picking this truck up for, I think, 1,800 bucks, something like that. Needed a bunch of work. I'll show you here. So yeah, I'm gonna make a whole different video about like the work that was done to my current vehicles. I'm not going to bore you with all the stuff. You can kind of see a lot of it was cosmetics with like the red truck, my first one. But this one was my dream truck. I mean, you name it, it had it, an issue with it. This is a 7.3 IDI. Just issue after issue. I mean, the fuel tank leaked. You know, wasn't running right. The motor was half put together when I bought it. I mean, it was a project and a half. So long story short, over the years of restoring, detailing, you know, painting and everything else, here she is in her current state. I just got it back from a body shop. It got crushed in a tornado. And whatnot. I'll get into each build specifically in each video, which is the whole point of why I'm gonna have this channel, to do all that on. But yeah, so I ended up getting the 1994 7.3 IDI crew cab long bed, all white. It's still a project still to this day. But a lot of restoration and a lot of money has been put into this thing, performance-wise and stuff like that. So we will get into that into a later video. But here's a transformation up until what it looked like before it went to the body shop, and I'll explain why it's on these garbage wheels. But yeah, it'll be self-explanatory later in this video. So this is what it ended up being. And then comes my addiction to OBS trucks. I had an extended cab short bed, I had the crew cab long bed. I had to have a single cab Power Stroke. I got a 1997 single cab, all black, 7.3 Power Stroke, gutted race truck pretty much is what it ended up being. XL as well, ended up getting it for a steal. Had a built trans, needed a bunch of work and money put into it, stuff like that. So I will show you the before and afters kinda of that here. Maybe some clips of me racing, drag racing it and stuff like that. I ran like a 13.5 at a quarter mile, so it wasn't too bad. For the amount of money I put into it, it really wasn't an insane race build or anything like that. But I had fun with it, and yeah, so I'll show you that truck here. Obviously, I no longer have that. Woohoo! I owned the black truck for, I don't know, maybe 2 weeks. Got it on the road and everything, and I was on my way to work. At this point in my life, I was working at a DPW before I was working at a farm. And yeah, I was on my way to work and smoked the deer at like 65 miles an hour and damn near totaled the entire truck. So we'll show you pictures of the whole rebuilding process of how it became like that little gutted rat rod race truck I built, you know.
95, 117 miles an hour. That was moving. Oh, back up this older Power Stroke here, buddy. Daddy burned up this old town in a ragged GT with 3 different wheels. Mama read tarot cards under that moon. Spoke to God with some candles in the bathroom. My brothers and me was some rednecks coming up on a one leg. We didn't sing Kumbaya, we sang with straight by. On the 305. We never cussed around our mamas, but we raised hell until the day of the church bell. We didn't play, we talk good.
All right, so that's the black truck. Next up was I got an offer for the black truck to trade for a extended cab, long bed, 2006 6.0 Power Stroke. It was an XLT, all gray, cloth. But yeah, so I got an offer to straight up trade the truck through Facebook Marketplace. I got pretty heavily onto that, you know, over the years and stuff, buying, trading, flipping, you know, into basically the vehicles that I wanted. So long story short, I put on the stock wagon wheels off this truck. So the wheels that are on it, the race lines, these actually came on the black truck, the single cab. I got rid of the wagon wheels. I used these as rollers because they obviously are worth more money. And the other ones had better tread on it, yada yada, so I'm not going to bore you with all that. But long story short, I almost drove out to Ohio. Me and my buddy Tyler, we shot over to Ohio almost. It was in Pennsylvania, but we were super close. It was over like 7 hours away from here. And a long day to say the least. We drove the truck all the way out there. It did great. I replaced like a bunch of sensors and stuff before we made the voyage. And honestly, the truck was just reliable. we got it there, and we ended up trading for the 6.0. The 6.0 needed a number 8 injector. That was the only issue, and it needed a bed, stuff like that. And yeah, so before and afters of this, right here. So in the mist, I'm gonna have to beat the rain here, which is why we don't have any content of me working on the current builds. Long story short, I needed a winter vehicle, something to work out of at the time. At the time, I was at a farm, and shortly after I was detailing on the side, I ended up starting my business, and it pretty much took off, and now I do that full time. So I work out of the Jeep XJ, the green one back there. Bought that for 500 bucks, wrecked. Fully restored it for the most part. You know, I've replaced almost everything in that thing too. But it's made me my money back like 10 times over. So I really can't complain. I've put a few grand into it, but it was well worth it. And now we're gonna get rained on, so that's great. But that's ended up being the daily, so I could keep the trucks nice. So yeah, ended up getting an offer to trade my 2006 6.0 after I put a number 8 injector in it. I did a bunch of stuff to it. It was a pretty nice truck. It needed a bed. I didn't want to put a bed on an extended cab long bed. It wasn't the truck I wanted, and XLT was not the package I wanted. So last summer, I actually traded actually not far from here. I ended up picking this thing up. And I'm going to show you guys later in YouTube the progress on this, because this is my current truck. This is now recent. I ended up trading straight up for a crew cab all black, Lariat, custom order, sunroof, 6.0 Power Stroke, bone stock, nothing deleted, no tune on it, nothing. And this is its current state. And I'm gonna show you guys pretty soon here on YouTube, gonna follow right after this video pretty much, exactly how it got here and exactly how this got here. So I will have all the truck content, any questions you guys have, stuff like that. I'm gonna be posting pretty much everything I do on the builds currently. I've been a big diesel guy, and I'm big into the truck scene and stuff like that. So I figured, I see a lot of guys making content and stuff like that, kind of want to jump on the bandwagon since I'm already doing the race stuff and whatnot. So yeah, figured you guys might like to see, like, pretty much backyard built trucks and stuff like that. So we're building them both pretty much to be showable vehicles, but at the same time, this one is going to, work if it has to. Though it's not like I'm going to be towing heavy or anything like that, pretty much just a truck to take to the races that is showable. So we'll get into that, and we'll get into things and, how things end up actually playing out from here on out. So, but yeah, this is the this is my latest flip. I ended up, like I said, before and afters of that red truck have now got me to this, which this is the after so far. Obviously no bed on it and stuff like that. This as well needed a bed. May or may not need a turbo, not really sure yet. I think there was just another stupid issue going on. But everything seems to be going on pretty nicely. The truck runs absolutely flawlessly. And I'm really happy I did the trade. Now, you will see later that the truck did not look anything like this at all when I first got it, which is, why he traded me. I will show you guys the pictures of, well, realistically, I won't show you pictures of this because I have plenty of content lined up for you guys because I was filming since last summer on the beginning of this build. So I'll have plenty of content to show you basically every step of the way of how it got here with some video footage, stuff like that. And yeah, so currently this is 2021. We're in May. So yeah, right here, this is the Polar Express 7.3 IDI diesel build. This is my show truck. This is going to be, unfortunately, nicer than the OBS sooner. This is my F350 Lariat crew cab, all black, sunroof, the whole nine, all solid, one color. And a little sneak peek of the vlogs to come. Bed, fresh from paint, right out of down south. I think Texas the kid got it from or something like that. So that's going on here because this truck is honestly way too mint to sit on and contemplate. So this thing is going to be something, hopefully, by AC Truck Show. So anyone going to AC, hope you enjoy all the vlogs for the past year. I've already been working on this truck for over a year. And hopefully it will be at least presentable by AC. So you guys that are going to AC, I really hope you guys hit me up. I hope you guys stop by. Hope you guys enjoy the videos, stuff like that. And last but not least, my work unit, the winter beater, the XJ. So if you guys want to see the XJ too, I will. I'm not really gonna include it in this video, but if you guys wanted to see what I did exactly and the build on the XJ and stuff like that, I could definitely throw that in there, make a separate video about it, but I'm just focusing on the truck flips, stuff like that. But alright, we just had a storm come through, but I forgot to add some key points. So this truck's on the wheels it's on because my nice wheels, well, not really that nice, but the nicer wheels I had for the truck, I ended up putting on the 6.0, and actually one of them broke off and snapped, actually. Broke all the studs off, and the wheel went right down into a swamp, and it's gone forever. So I ended up selling the set of 3. The wheels were discontinued. I couldn't get a 4th. So currently, both builds need wheels, so I'm currently on the hunt for that. But that's how that ended. But yeah, these are the current builds. I got plenty of content lined up for you guys on them. I hope you guys like, subscribe, you know, keep tuning into the channel. I know a lot of us Jersey guys, you know, we're all pretty tight in the truck scene, stuff like that. And, you know, yeah, I'm hoping you guys stick around for the content and you guys enjoy it. And hopefully I will see you at AC. But until then, enjoy all the progress on the builds. I will have videos of this soon. I'll piece together whatever you guys want. I have plenty of footage from over the years, stuff like that. I never really thought about YouTube in any of this. But yeah, figured I'd introduce you to, you know, a nice kind of short video, not really, about how I got here. So a lot of the trucks, you know, like I said, all needed work, a lot of it, a lot of restoration work, a lot of work. Luckily, I was able to do just from learning over the years. And yeah, so I'm a professional auto detailer now. I own Backwoods Detailing, and these are the current builds that I will be representing my own company at all the shows and stuff like that. So yeah, figured I'd actually put myself on YouTube a little bit. I never really had the confidence to kind of do it, but you know, there'll be people talking shit, this and that. I don't really care. Just want to give you guys the content that some of you actually have asked for. So yeah, hope you guys like, subscribe, enjoy the video, and we got plenty of content coming on how this got here, and then everything we do on the trucks will be filmed from here on out. So hopefully this video filled you in up until this point, and yeah, we'll see you on the next video. Thanks, guys.